Yeah, no, I think he was in moments impressive today. So a few times the goals he scored were on itself good goals, but I think there were other moments where I thought, wow, and that was a few times when he made a sprint. You could see how fast he is compared to some others, and that is of course why we wanted him, apart from the goals he can score. And it's good to see that he and many others that have come during the summer are making steps or making progress, and he's definitely one of them.
And another one of those players, Florian Wirtz. Are you of the feeling that it is getting better and better by the game?
Yeah, definitely. The way he handles the ball, how comfortable he is with that. I think he's also one of the players I mean when I say that he's getting better and better. He was already very good when we signed him, but he's getting better and better. He's getting stronger and stronger. I see him running people off the ball. So all the hard work the players have put in the last few months is paid off more and more if you look at individual performances as well.
And now.
Great to hear that.
For you.
I wouldn't say perfect because I know I could score way more today, but obviously the most important was to win in front of our fans, so it's a good day at work.
Quick start, was that always the plan, to get the early goal?
I mean, the ball came quick. I tried to be ready, but obviously when you start a game you don't expect a ball to come at the first minute. But I try to be always ready, and that's good to start the game with 1-0.
And the second goal, an old-fashioned centre-forward's header from Salah's corner.
Yeah, it gave me a great ball. I just had to be in a good place, and that's what I did, and easy to finish.
You said you should have got more. It might have been a hat-trick, mightn't it, today?
Yeah, I was looking for the hat-trick, but it's going to be another time. But it's good, 2 goals.
It's good to Thierry Henry. He's just got that rangy feel when he's dribbling with the ball. He just kind of just gets it out in front of him. And that chance there where he came across the front and he just pushes it and he's got no right to get there. But he had that acceleration, and Thierry Henry had that. So he's got that rangy feel to him, that comfortable elegance in the ball, doesn't he? When he takes it up on, he's dragging it with his right foot. Obviously, listen, he's got a long way to go to catch Thierry Henry, but every time I watch him, I just think he just has that swagger, that feel about him.
Well, the more interesting comparison at the moment is with Alexander Isak. Everyone keeps telling me that Isak is definitely going to be the starting striker. They've spent all that money, but they also spent 80 million on this guy, and he's the one who's actually producing.
That's the biggest problem for Arne Slot. Ekitike is producing in that position as a number 9. Yes, he can play on the left, Ekitike, because he does for France, but at the same time, you don't want to be squeezing Isak in for the sake of squeezing him in. If he's playing well, maybe getting a hat-trick today, Arne Slot's thinking, well, Isak will have to sit on the bench for a bit longer because he's playing brilliant as a number 9, albeit Mo Salah leaves now, so there's another reshuffling going on in the front line. So what's going to happen on that left-hand side? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, what do you think about a starting striker?
Man, they're the best problems in the world for any manager to have. You know, to have someone.
It'd be a better problem if Isak was also playing really well.
Listen, the winning games of football, and I think that's Arne Slot has to deal with, is win games of football. And if Ekitike is playing as a number 9, scoring goals and delivering performances like he did today, then Isak can have no complaints. You know, that's where you get good things happening in a squad. When Ekitike performs like that, puts a onus right back on Isak. He's got to come out firing now, and this give him time to get fit. He must think, I ain't got time to get fit, I need to get back in the team, and when I get my chances off the bench, I need to produce. And then you get that real competition between the two of them, and good things happen then.
It's around this time last week that Liverpool were kicking off that game against Leeds. It was such a chaotic match, and then what happened afterwards with Salah and everything that rumbled through the week. When you look at the situation they're in now, is it actually quite hard to comprehend how well it's gone that they've got Salah back on the pitch and that they've got these wins?
Well, they're up to 6, a couple of points off Champions League spots again, so things are starting to look up again. Doing well in the Champions League, as we've seen on Tuesday night as well. It can turn quickly, football, we know that, but obviously Mo Salah is the big story this week. I think that's, in my opinion, unless Arne Slot says something after the game or Mo Salah comes out later when we're all home, that something bad's happened, but it looks like everything's rosy in the garden again, and things are looking up for Liverpool.
Things are looking up for Liverpool. We'll leave it on that note. Damien, thanks a million. Shay, thank you so much. We'll see you again soon. We got to go because Munster are playing right after the break. Take care.
against the club in many ways, wasn't it? And they were obviously taking the side of the club. So I thought there might be a few jeers, a few boos, but there was none of it today. And he'll be delighted with that as well. All that he's done for the club. It would be awful to finish his career at Liverpool, getting booed off. But that never happened. And hopefully that was, I'll see you in a month or so because I'm off to represent my country. And as I say, normal service has resumed. Hopefully it's not a goodbye, I'm going and I'm going for good.
We certainly hope so because we love him in the Premier League and for Liverpool, of course. Liverpool in general today, let's talk about matters on the pitch. They're up to 6th in the Premier League table after what has been a really turbulent time on the pitch. What did you make of their performance overall and what improvements did you see?
I thought Liverpool's performance was enough. That's what I would say. I think they were wasteful at times. I think they got into good positions. They could have put the game out of sight. I think they played better probably first half than second half. I think Brighton really came into it. And when you get a look at a balance of it, there will be a worry for Liverpool, I think, to a certain extent. The amount of opportunities they shipped to Brighton. Brighton were wasteful in front of goal. I think they had more expected goals, Brighton, and to lose the game 2-0 and have more expected goals tells a story that you weren't very clinical. So even though it's 2-0, it's a clean sheet, Mo Salah was back in the field, and it's all positive for Liverpool. I still think when you look deeper than just the result, there will be slight worries there for Liverpool.
Do you think the same?
Yes, obviously they're not playing at their very best. They have done in patches this season, but they've not been consistently very good. I do feel at the moment they need to score the first goal all the time because they are quite vulnerable. They do concede chances. But, the confidence that gives you, keeping a clean sheet and winning another game after going away in Europe and playing a tricky game in Europe, that can only... this is a seriously good team. If everybody plays at their absolute peak in any club in the world, I still think Liverpool are the best team in the world. I still do. Now, they're obviously not showing it regularly, but they won the league at a canter last year. And they've signed incredible players, invested for the future, and these players are going to come good. This is a team that aren't going to go away. These are going to be title contenders for the next 5 years. So, as much as they're not playing very well, they are still a team that you've got to be fearful of. They still can turn it on. They've beaten Arsenal this year. They've beaten Aston Villa. They've gone away in Europe. They're doing well in the Champions League. I mean, everyone's talking about this disaster, but they're top 6 and flying high in the Champions. It's not a disaster just yet. Long way to go as well. So, and loads of time, loads of room for improvement. These new signings are only getting better. Look at Ekitike today. They're only going to get better.
And Wirtz, where do we think
he's only going to get better? He's so talented.
He's getting more comfortable
gradually,
as well,
he is getting there. You see a couple of things he does, and it just leaves you, oh my word, this guy could, if he can do it more of it, then we're going to be watching something pretty special in the future. But again, he's going to get better. He's going to get used to it. He's going to get used to his teammates, the new league, etc. So lots to be positive about. Liverpool aren't purring at the moment, but they will be soon. There's no doubt about it. They will be soon.
And that's quite scary to the rest of the league. If they're not at their best and they're 6th, then when they are able to find that formula to just get ticking again as they did last season, they could be serious title contenders once again.
Yeah, they're a team in transition. They made a lot of signings in the summer, and it's getting those kind of players in and finding a concoction that suits the old and the new. But like Mike said, I think the talent in the squad, when you look at Liverpool on paper, they're an amazing group of players, and you sometimes think, how are they churning out the results they've churned out early on in this Premier League? True. It's like, and off the back of starting the Premier League really well as well. So once they grow in belief and in confidence, I think Mike was right. I think they'll be in and around the top of the Premier League for many years to come.
The way he came on today and the way he played would suggest that he is fully involved. And I got to give the manager an awful lot of praise as well for that, because what happened last week after Leeds must have been like a tornado hitting the football club. And he's handled himself really well, Arne. I will say that. All his interviews, he's been very respectful. And even when he was saying that I don't want to speak to you guys till I speak to Mo, and then he spoke to him yesterday. But the very fact that the first opportunity to get him on the pitch, he got him on. Because if there was still a bit of bad blood there, or Mo's head wasn't right, he could have moved Curtis Jones to right back. He could have brought on the young boy to play at right back. He could have done a number of things. The most obvious thing was Zabazai the right back and Salah on, and he did that. So that would suggest that there was a positive meeting yesterday. Whether it's positive enough that he'll still be here in January, we don't know. But he played well today, and that's a good sign.
Salah's back. Liverpool have steadied the ship. We're back after these.
him on the pitch, and he had a bit of a bounce in his step, and he looked like he was happy to be out there. Maybe the reality of the prospect of leaving Liverpool might have hit him last week, and he really wants to stay. So performances like this, so often we've seen with Mo Salah, especially this season, that he kind of standing out in the right wing, a passenger, not really involved in the game. But today he was right involved, especially in the build-up play as well. Really had a good focus with him. This stuff was great here, where he just goes inside, little 1-2 with Wirtz, shifts it again with Szoboszlai to get a shot away, and then towards the end they were really doing their best for him to get a goal. And so often we've seen them ones rifle in the top corner, but he was fully focused. There's another great little breakaway here where he just sets it on a plate, and then they're off and running. And Chiesa, in fairness to him, is doing everything he can. I mean, Chiesa could easily take that on and have a shot himself, but he actually slows down. The only thing is there's a little bit of pace on that ball, and I think there has to be pace on the ball for him to get it to Mo Salah. It's a difficult one, kind of comes off his shin and goes up. But listen, there was a smile on his face, there was an energy about him, which perhaps I would say is positive signs.
You've got to love Chiesa if you're a Liverpool fan,
Yeah.
don't you? He does everything. We saw him running back last week, trying to get Salah his goal.
He does everything apart from getting a start.
I know,
but he should get a start. I think he's a brilliant player, and one of the fans look up to and think, what a player. But again, he's got his head up the whole time. Where's Mo? But you would say Mo's back defending the edge of the box here. I know he gets a lot of stick for not defending. He's ran 90 yards to get that chance himself, and again, I think it was super positive from Salah today. Whatever if he liked last week or not, he was superb today.
Maybe the break has done him good. He hasn't played many minutes lately. He looked pretty sharp.
Yeah, look, I mean, again, it's more of a mental thing. Like I said, I think he came out after Leeds and then got dropped out of the Inter Milan squad. Maybe the reality hit, like, I'm not ready to leave this club yet. So maybe it is the jolt that he needs to get back into form. I hope he stays, I really do, because he's been unbelievable for Liverpool, unbelievable for the Premier League as well. So I hope he stays, and I hope they can put the differences to one side and they can organise it. And I hope he comes back from AFCON with the same level of enthusiasm that he showed today.
Hugo Ekitike, his overall performance, Shay, the brightest spot alongside Salah today?
Yeah, well, obviously we talk about Ekitike, we always talk about Isak and who's the number 9. Well, this guy today, Hugo Ekitike, this is obviously the first minute. I mean, it's a fantastic start for any striker, isn't it? It's poor defending from Brighton, but it's a brilliant strike. His first touch and his second touch is even more clinical. He looked alright. Demi made a shout during halfway through the second half about Henry, and I was like, Henry, that's a big statement. But then the more I looked at him, the way he can burst past players, and again, you see Henry in that perfect position. How many times you see Henry in that position, slotted inside the far post? But again, this is what I like here. You think, and where's he going here? And that touch, somebody's got to defend it, but he's quick enough to get it. The only disappointing thing on that touch is he didn't do a better finish, but he was all round today, all action. I think he even got cramp at one point, so he's doing both sides of the pitch, and obviously we've seen the goal already. Brighton, maybe poor defensively, but it's a brilliant leap and a fantastic header. What a way to finish for him. It's a great afternoon.
Absolutely, great afternoon for him, and he is standing by post-match.
Hugo, well done.